Sim Captain White here, Virtual Aviation Aviator, and today I am in the Citation 10. Yep. So we're gonna do a quick flight from Orlando to Atlanta. So let me give you guys a quick brief on what the flight's about. So this is a Part 91 flight where my boss, who I work for full time, wants to go to Atlanta. Our flight number is GHI 555 or Get High 555, and we'll be departing KMCO Orlando, arriving at KATL Atlanta, and our alternate is KHSV Huntsville. Okay, our aircraft, of course, is the Citation 10. Forgive me if I call it the Citation X. It's not really the X, it's the 10. Okay, our initial flight altitude is 390, and we have a total of 6 souls aboard, 4 passengers, and of course me and my first officer. My first officer is AI Shirley. Shirley, say hello to everybody.
Hey everyone, looking forward to Orlando to Atlanta today.
Good stuff. Okay. We expect to burn about 5,300 pounds of fuel today. Our payload is 1,020 pounds. And we are about to get started. Okay. So yeah. Here's the outside view of the aircraft. And what's making me fly this airplane today is that Laminar Research has done a little extra stuff on it. They did some things that I've been seeing in the update logs, and I am interested to see if anything has changed since the last time I've flown it. Incidentally, guys, you guys can get a checklist for this airplane on my website, eWhitecap. Let's see, it's ewhitecap.com/files. Well, the way I found it, to be honest with you, is I just Google it, checklist, and I ain't Googled it in a long time, so hopefully it'll still come up. Checklist C750 citation, if I can spell Citation X, see there, Citation 10, XPlane. If I don't put XPlane there, it'll start searching for real world stuff. Okay, let's see what come up in our results. Okay, well, I'm using the browser DuckDuckGo, and it actually is coming up number 3. So yeah, good stuff. All right, so let's go through the checklist and get started here. All right, documents on board. Takeoff briefing is, for all intents and purposes, let's just say they're completed. Gear lever down. Good catch there. And let me put my throttles back on, because the last aircraft I flew was the 172. So they use a different throttle set, no, needless to say, on the Bravo, on the Honeycomb Bravo. So it's nice to be able to change these things out really quickly. All right. And let's see, let's go ahead and pull them down. I want to pull them down to cut off. It's got a switch here. I think there we go. It's got a switch. Okay, got them on cutoff. All right. Field, let's see, where was I at? I was at circuit breakers. Gear lever down, circuit breakers in. Unfortunately, they're not modeled. Since this is a default aircraft, they probably would never be modeled unless somebody take this aircraft up as a project and do modifications, sort of like Zebo has done with the 737, and I think there's another aircraft, I think it's the Baron or the King Air, or maybe even both of them, that people have started out with the default version and have modded to make them closer to reality. So I'm hoping one of you guys with talent or a couple of you guys, or a group of you guys with talent would take this aircraft and do the same. Anyway, wishful thinking there. All right, so circuit breakers are in. Field boost switches should be off. And check. Ignition off. Check. Okay. Let's see where we are. Okay, batteries 1 and 2 can come on. So we're doing a honey-do list, looking at the checklist and just doing stuff as we go. Okay, avionics ECAS, ICAS. I call it ECAS. Some people pronounce it ICAS. Is on. All right. Have to keep finding my place. Oh yeah, the checklist. I should bring it over and let you guys see what I'm doing. So this is the checklist that I'm referring to, and so you can see that right now I am at avionics ECAS on. Standby power would be next, and so forth and so on. So I got pre-start, start up, after start, pre-takeoff, after takeoff, climb, descending, pre-landing, after landing, and shutdown. So yes, pretty complete checklist here. All right, and I have compared it to a real world checklist, and it's not that far off. So yeah, and as you guys know, it is free. Just my way of giving back to the community. All right, let me move it out the way so we can continue here. All right, standby power needs to go to test and then on. Test, the green light, and on, and I can see my standby instruments coming alive. Good stuff. Hydraulic aux power can go on. Make sure I have some brakes. And nav light can come on. APU generator, APU start, bleed air, and cockpit packs can all come on. Okay, so let's get the generator started. APU generator on. APU master on. APU bleed air. APU start. Now I gotta hold this for a couple seconds, and it starts up. If I'd have just ticked it and let it go, it wouldn't start up. I think there's a 2-second delay on it. Okay, so we don't want that to climb up to about 100% before we flip those bleed airs on. And the same, and we want the bleed air on before we turn on the packs. Let's see. Wonder what the temperature is in Orlando. So, Shirley, can you get us the METAR? Shirley's working on that. What do you...
Orlando weather.
My bad, Shirley, go ahead.
Orlando weather, VFR, view at 7,000, wind 290 at 5, temperature 202.4, altimeter 29.97.
29. Altimeter is what, Shirley?
29.97.
29.97. Okay. In my mind's eye, I saw 294.97. Didn't think that would have been right. 290.97. We'll put that in the backup. 290.97. All right. So that's set in the backup. That'll remind us to give us a reference there. And yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got. I was asking for the weather because I was interested in the temperature, but we are in mid-Florida, so we're not freezing and we're not burning up this time of year, even though I heard what the temperature was, but I didn't make a mental note of it. Okay. I did make a mental note of the altimeter though. All right. Let's see. We are going through our checklist, right? All right. So this is why my videos are so long, because I do everything thoroughly. It's just the way I get immersed in flying the aircraft. If I just pop in and start her up, which I'm capable of doing, and taking off and flying to a destination, then that's okay, but I'm a lot more immersed in the flight when I do it this way. All right, so let's see, nav lights on, APB generator, star bleed, air cockpit packs are on, and now we can turn on our avionics power. All right, and yes, look at all that avionics stuff come alive. Good stuff. All right. Got some. Now my cockpit look alive. All right. Radio tune, and it says get the ATIS. All right. And let's see. So we need the frequencies for MCO, and we got two ATIS frequencies, arrival and departure. Departure is on 121.25. Shirley, can you dial in that frequency on COM 2? 121.25. Any luck, Shirley?
Got it. 121.25 on COM 2.
Roger. So I see 121.65 on COM 2. So try it again, my friend. Shirley?
I don't have control over the radios. You'll need to set that one manually.
Okay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So hop in here so you guys can see better what I'm doing. 121.25, and you see it. And if this wing stuff does anything, let's see. Yeah. Okay. 121.25. Actually, I got the Logitech radio stack here. Thought I had something that should have been allowing me to work the radios. Okay, and while we're here, might as well go ahead and put in clearance delivery 134.7. So let's get that dialed in. 134.7. And one thing about this Logitech, do a lot of twisting to get the frequency. 134.7 is on standby, and ground is 121.8. That's what we want on COM1. 121.8, and tower, we got two tower frequencies, so I'll be using SayIntentions, which is an AI program that provides ATC. So yeah, I literally will be using two AI systems that are independent of each other. But yeah, so but with SayIntentions, I'm only going to use it for ATC. Even though it comes with a first officer, I don't plan to use the first officer capability since I already have an AI officer, an AI first officer. Okay. Yeah. Well, was I 121 point? Well, actually, when I get my ground taxi clearance, ground will tell me what frequency to dial in. But I'm gonna go ahead and set it up on 124.3. Okay, so go ahead and dial that in down there. 1.2. 1.3. All right, 134.3. So let's get to 121. All right, so we got 121.3. Actually, it's 124.3. 124.3 tower and backup. 121.8 for ground. 121.25 is ATIS, and 134.7 is clearance delivery. All right, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and start the SayIntentions application. So I'm gonna do that right now. You'll see it pop up, and it will want to do an update. Should I do the update? It usually don't take but a second or two, so yeah, let's go ahead and do the update. Computing space requirements, and it's I got a bunch of hard drives on this computer, so it takes it longer to complete space requirements than I think it ought to. But yeah. Come on. Okay, and install. Okay, the following applications are using file. Wouldn't you know it? They want me to close the app that I'm running, and they are actually shutting down XPlane. That sucks. It didn't used to do that, but I guess I know from now on not to execute a update while the application is running, while XPlane is running. So let's get XPlane back up. The application has been installed. I guess that's part of the sophistication that. Where's XPlane? I don't see it coming up. Let's click here, see if it come up. I guess that's part of the SayIntentions program getting more sophisticated, more complex, because when I first started using it, and I'm in my second year using it, it really started really quickly, and for that whole year I could have the sim running and do updates. Now the system actually runs with resume last flight. The system actually runs with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and XPlane had been a kind of an orphan child to it. However, I saw a guy use SayIntentions with XPlane, and I was surprised to see that they had turned on the progressive taxi for XPlane. So I guess occasionally they do pay XPlane a little attention, which is good. But they know that Microsoft Flight Simulator is their money maker, so they usually aim towards that sim first. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the checklist. I'm just going to run it by memory just to get us up to where we were. All right, emissions off. Batteries 1 and 2 on. ICAS on. Let's test the standby power and get standby power on. Okay, let's go over here and get our hydraulic pumps on. I mean, not hydraulic, but our auxiliary power pumps on. That without that, then if our brakes have ran out of power, then that will pump up my brakes for me. And I have had the brakes run out of power and forgot to turn on my auxiliary pump and started taxiing, and lo and behold, no, see, yeah, I think I was taxiing. No. Oh, okay, I was on a hill, and I started rolling and didn't have any brakes, so I had to turn on the emergency on the park brake or something. I know I'm butchering the story that I had with this, but it was something like that. All right, let's get these guys started back. Okay, so I think I'm back. Get avionics back on, and let's see, I think the last thing we was at tune radios. So I think I've got everything. 29904 was our altimeter. Okay, and since the avionics is on, I can actually go ahead and hop that into the main system. It's right here, in case you guys can't see it. Okay. Wouldn't you know, after all of that, SayIntentions is not starting up. Close it down and restart it. Maybe that's what it needs Cross your fingers, guys. All right. And if it's updating again, I'm just going to ignore it this time. Okay, no new updates. And waiting for flight simulator. Transmit and or new flight may help if you're stuck. Transmit. Okay, that worked. Hitting transmit worked. How about that? Okay. So I hear the chatter in the background for landing ground already. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and listen to our ADAS. Let me just tune to that frequency.
Arriving runways 35 right.
35.
36 left. Departing runways 36 right. 35 left. Wind 29 and 5 and 5. Visibility 10. Stack conditions. View at 7,000 feet. Static at 22,000 feet. Temperature 20. Dew point 4. Altimeter 29907. Density altitude 600 feet. Advise on initial contact. You have information Kilo.
Kilo.
Orlando International Airport. Information Kilo. 22530. Arriving runways 35 right. 36 left. Departing runways 36 right. 35 left.
Okay, so they're using the 35s and 36s.
Visibility 10.
Okay, let's pull up our flight
View at
plan.
7,000 feet. Static at 22,000.
Pull up our flight plan, and you know that went away too, but that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, and we got it back. And okay, so we'll be departing runway 36 right on the JERNM4 departure, direct to PAYEN, then direct to SHARQ, then direct to LORSS, then direct to LORSS, where we'll pick up the JEDI4 arrival into Atlanta, runway 27 left. So that's our plan. Any questions about that, Shirley?
Plan's clear. 36 right departure, JERNM4, then as filed to the JEDI4, arrival 27 left Atlanta.
Close enough. Okay. All right. So that's that was our radios being tuned. And next piece on the checklist is autopilot disengaged. Yep, check. And oxygen distance, oxygen pounds per square inch. Check. Let's see, let's just look at our oxygen gauge. Yeah. Let's see. Well, we've got we're in the green, so yeah, happy with that. All right, fuel. I haven't called the fuel truck yet, and so I need to set that stuff up, and we can get the passengers inside. Okay. So before we do that, let's just run through our warning checks. Okay. This is trying to get over there so I can read off what test this is. This is the smoke detect test. Okay. This is the landing gear test. fire warning test. And I should maybe get something up here. So yeah, get these big red lights. Thrust reverse. And yeah, here's thrust reverse indicators. Okay, good stuff. All right, flaps. Flaps sound just like smoke detect, doesn't it? Windshield temp, and that's probably an ICAS message, right? Okay, I don't actually see what message that is. Upper, right, yeah. But I'm just reset. Might be the master caution too, which popped on, and it won't pop off. Overspeed. Okay. I'll listen for that tone. Stick shaker. The AOA check. Angle of attack. And
Flight slope. Pull up.
yeah.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
Oh,
Wind shear.
well, you guys know this test.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
Okay. And that complete our testing. All right, let's call the field truck and get the passengers in. All right, so with XPlane, with the default stuff, then it's a matter of just doing the flight configuration, weight and balance and fuel. And this is how we tell it that we want this is how I get it to match SimBrief. All right, so let's do it this way. And let's see, I am going to just bring this over for a minute. So for fuel, we got a block fuel of 5,331 pounds. So we want our fuel to be roughly about that, to come up to roughly about that. And let's see, we got a weights page somewhere. Yeah, weights. Okay, the easiest way to do it is just to get our takeoff weight to be this 28.2, and 4 passengers at 175 pounds each, with 55 pounds of baggage plus 1,000 pounds of extra payload. All right, so those are the numbers. I'll be able to have them over here where I can see them. Unfortunately, you guys can't see them, but my total payload, my takeoff weight is 28.2, right? So let's see. And right here I'm showing 28.8, so with 600 pounds too heavy. But let's see, if I thought I had a quick key for a calculator on this keyboard, but it's my other keyboard. So what I want to do is multiply 4 times 230. 4 times, that's 175 plus 55 for the baggage per person. 4 times 230. Oh, Shirley, I could ask you. Thank you for buzzing me. Yeah, what's up? Can you do the math? 4 times 230. Shirley.
920.
Thank you. You know, I'm so used to flying by myself that that I almost forget that I got the benefit of having you being able to help me. So crew and passengers need to come up to 920. No. Passengers is 920 plus the crew, another 350. So 920 plus 350. Shirley, what does that give me?
1270.
1270. Okay. So I got 1270. Okay. Crew was 300. Passenger was 950, 920. And oh, that's passengers 4. And I got passengers off. I got passengers 4 and off. So half of 930 is 475 or something like that. What's half of 930, Shirley?
465.
465. Okay. So I want 465. Just even them up here. 465 in each section here. Okay. And do the same with this guy. All right. And aft baggage. I know I got 1,000 pounds of baggage. And so if I put well, let's say I can only put 840 pounds of baggage in the aft baggage compartment. And I'm not sure where I would put the remaining baggage in this aircraft. Maybe on the inside. So let's just add a couple 100 pounds to the back seat there. So yeah, okay. So there I go, and this is the way I call the fuel truck. My fuel is 5.3, so that's an easy one. I can just change this to 5.3, 5,300, and there I go. So that gives me an hour and 20 minutes flight time at normal cruise, and I do have an extra 1,000 pounds. I mean, not an extra 1,000 pounds, an extra 30 minutes of fuel on board. Now, I'm not really, my center of gravity is within range, but I don't really like the way I got all this baggage tilted to the back. So what I may do, well, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm within the center of gravity, but looks like I'm going to be a little bit more aft heavy than I'd like to be. Yeah, so no de-icing. All right, and let's apply that, and that is how I fuel the plane and load the passengers. Okay, and you'll see that when I do the FMC, which I should be getting to momentarily.
Standing by.
And momentarily can sound like Shirley, can it? It really can. Okay, so that was, let's see, where did I stop? Stopped at radio, I think. Okay, autopilot disengaged, oxygen, fuel. Yeah, I stopped at fuel. Flight plan set. Okay, this is where we set up our flight plan. And this is why my videos take so long, because, you know, see how thorough I am. And I watch some videos with guys who can do this, who can pop these numbers in so fast that it made my head spin. Let's face it, relative to a lot of people, I'm slow, but that's okay. I'd rather be slow and safe than to be fast, than to be fast just for the sake of being fast, right? Okay, so this looks good. Next, okay, flight plan. All right, and what I like about this is I can actually load the flight plan from the hard drive, or from my, let's say, I don't see a SD slot on this, but you know, I don't have to type everything out. All right, load flight plan, and we are looking for MCO to ATL, KMCO to ATL. I got what, 5 pages in my flight plan list. Okay, so here is MCO to ATL right here. All right, good stuff. And so we'll activate that, and there I am, departing runway 36 right. Let me bring up my brief, make sure that that everything agrees. Bring up my flight plan. 36 right, departing on the JERNM4, and of course the flight plan is going to spell out JERNM4, but yeah, Jeremy. Okay, so we're good there. And yeah, okay. And then after Jeremy, look like we should be going direct to, well, we will get the SHARQs. It's not directly behind Jeremy, but we'll get the SHARQs. No, actually it's Jeremy to Payne, and then so I got an Archie, but that's okay. Payne, then SHARQs, and then Laurie. There's Laurie and Lores, and after Lores, I'm gonna pick up the JEDI4 arrival. Okay, so there's Jedi, so that tells me that this is the JEDI4, and I can look at it this way also. Let's see, there was another way I could look at it. ATL, I guess not. What I was thinking is not actually the case, but I do know I want to put in my approach. So I'm always responsible for putting in my own approach. Let's go to perf first, and perf init, got 5 pages there. Before I can put in my approach though, I have to finish up the arrival. I almost forgot about that, so let me go back to this guy and make sure that ATL is set in the destination, and it looks like it is, so I'm good. I can actually do the arrival information. I do have this discontinuity here, and I'll go back and clear that as soon as I get my approach in. Okay, so we'll go with perfect knit, and I got 5 pages. Let me clear off the KATL that I typed in. All right, got 5 pages, so go to the next page. And 270 at 0.7, 270 on the climb after 10,000 is fine. 300 on the 300 knot cruise is fine at flight level 390. Yeah, that's going to be pretty quick over the ground. And we'll descend at 270 down to 10,000 where we'll slow down. Okay, so yeah, I can live with that. All right, step increment. That's 2,000, but that's not going to be an issue for us. Fuel reserve. We do have a fuel reserve, but the default FMC won't let me manipulate a lot of this stuff. So I'm just going to accept the NBAA, whatever that means. Shirley, under fuel reserve, it says NBAA, November Bravo Alpha Alpha. Do you have an idea what that means? Shirley?
Not sure on that one. Might be not broadly applicable or just a default placeholder in the FMC.
I guess so. I don't know either, so. But, yeah, we'll just keep going. All right, takeoff landing. Takeoff fuel. We do have that information, but it won't let me type it in. Takeoff fuel is 5,300, so we want to put, 5,030. So, and I think I typed the whole numbers in. Don't have to use decimals. And landing fuel is, let's see, we're going to burn 2,021 pounds per hour. You know what? I got a landing fuel calculator on the website that I built. So yeah, let's see if that landing fuel calculator will help. Okay, so this is the website that I built, and I got a bunch of tubes. And descent calculator, no entering the whole GA fuel planner. Maybe that. Let's see. This is the 172, and yeah, I didn't put the jet aircraft in there, so let's go to custom. Cruise speed is Mark 86. We're just gonna say it's asking for it in true airspeed. And I don't know what true airspeed is. Let's see, but I do know the fuel burn rate is 2021. Shucks, and this says GPH, which would be gallons per hour, and this is pounds. Average fuel flow is pounds per hour. So surely, I think it's going to be multiplied or divided by 6. Okay, Shirley, I've got. I'm looking to. Go ahead, Shirley. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I got 2,021 pounds per hour, and I need to change that to well, I need to change 2,021 to gallons. So I think I just multiplied times 6, but I'll let you handle the math. Shirley. So can you tell me what that is?
Divide.
Sorry, Shirley, I didn't mean to cut you off. Apologies, Shirley. I didn't mean to cut you off. Never fails. Okay, guys, hold on. Let's see if I can't talk. Hello.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
going well, going well.
Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute. Okay, guys, sorry about the phone call. And as usual, picking up where I stopped can be hard, but my co-pilot said I was working through the fuel calculations, and I've got that math done, and my landing fuel is 3,451 pounds. So 3, 4, 5, 1. And you know what? I did it again, guys. I did it again. In XPlane, these fields you can't fill out. And I could have just disregarded that. All right. That was 5 pages. Let me go back and, all right, so page 3 of 5, and then next page. Come on now, what happened here? Let me clear that out of the scratch pad. And flight plan list, I already got that. Let's go back to performance here. Performance init. Previous page. Wow, my FMC keep going, losing my FMC. All right. All right, page 3 of 5. Then I hit next, and I should go to page 4 of 5. And when I hit next, I just get a blank screen. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let me try performance data. All right, got 4 pages there. I think this is what helps me get my V speeds. Performance. Yeah, something is really wrong in the state of Denmark. Rotten in the state of Denmark. Let me try the Copilot FMC. All right, performance at net, page 1 of 5, and blank page when I try to hit next and go to 2. So alright, active flight plan, page 1 of 9, and I hit next and previous, not working. Alright, next. Yeah, the radio. Oh, you know what? Duh. I still got the sim paused. That's what the problem is. The problem ain't the plane, it's the pilot. All right, so let me go and unpause the sim. There we go. All right, now performance at net, page 2, next page, page 3, and I'm gonna skip that because, well, I said XPlane wouldn't let me put it in, and they won't. I keep forgetting, and I did the calculation, and yeah, it's just something that they will only let you manipulate certain fields. But I've been saying I want to go and see what they have done differently, so let me just see if I can put data in there, especially since I had already figured out what it was. 5031. See, takeoff is 5031. Might be a little bit longer because I'm burning fuel out of the what do you call the thing? APU. But and slash landing, which was 3451. 3451. Now last time I had the sim paused so it wouldn't take it. Let's see if it'll take it now. And it will not. I didn't think it would. So let me delete that out the scratch pad and just hit page 4 or 5. Now I know I can manipulate stuff here. Transition altitude, cruise speed, cruise altitude. Yes, flight level 390. That's what we want. And cruise winds are calculated by the sim. Speed slash out, altimeter limit 250 at 10,000. It's 250 knots below 10,000. That's correct. And ISA deviation. That's I think it'll let me change that. That should be on ISA deviation is plus 2 degrees. So let's put 2 in there, drop it in there, and it won't allow it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what's next? Page 5 of 5. Next page. Basic see. BOW. I want to say basic empty weight, basic operating weight, I believe. BOW, Shirley, is basic operating weight, right? Shirley? BOW is basic operating weight, right? Now see, the passenger, I'm showing 10 at 170 based on the weights, and this should be based on the weights that I put in. And let's see, I got 10 at 170. Let me see if it'll let me put the right numbers in. This is annoying here when stuff ain't working the way I think it should. But that's my alternate flight plan. I think that's new. All right. I don't want to do nav. I want to do perf plan. No, that's not. Do perf data. Okay, that's not perf data. Clear that out, scratch pad. Perf data is already populated. For the takeoff. Next page. Wasn't takeoff either. I was trying to get the weights for the passengers back, and that should be on a perfect net. Okay, there it is, perfect net. Okay. All right. Now let's go back up here. 10 at 170. Let's see if it'll let me put the 4 at 230. Well, 175. Shoot. 4/175. and it will not allow me to stick that in. It'll allow me, they calculating passenger weight at 1,700 pounds, and when I look at my weight, then my whole payload ain't but 1,000 pounds. 1,700 plus 850 is 2354. Well, 854, 2354. And it should be getting the weight out of the flight configuration from XPlane. So let's go back to the configurator. All right, and payload weight is 2553, and that should be 1,000. So that might be why. All right, let's bring that down to 1,000. Now, where are we getting 1,000? We getting 4 times 175 is, that's 700. Is that 700? Why would I say 700? I don't think it's, I think it's 700. What I'm doing it in my head. 2 times 175 is 350, and then 350 times 2 is 700. That's the way I'm calculating it in my head, but I'm not sure that's correct, so I have to do it on a calculator. And 700 is correct. Okay, so that's 700 plus 55 times 4. 55 4 times is what? 5 times 4. 5 times 4 is 2 plus 20, so that's 220 is what I'm doing, coming up with in my head. 50. I can't use this computer. 55 times 4. Okay, 220 plus 700 is 920, and so they rounded up to 1,000, which is fine. So if I say I got 350 pounds for the crew, 300 pounds for the crew. Oh, you know what? I'm not considering the crew weight, because 2 men, 300 pounds, right? At least, probably more than that. But I was just putting in the passenger weight. So let's just do the passenger weight. Sorry, guys. So we're going to do, get the passenger weight up to about 700. So we'll do 318 plus 306. And baggage, ouch. Baggage should be 220. Okay, so that's coming up to a payload of 850 pounds. So we'll add the crew in to bring it up to 1,000. So that only account for 1 pilot, but it is what it is. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, and 5311 on the fuel. I'll bump that back up to 5323 to put the fuel back in there. I'll sit here wasted running the APU, and add that in, apply those changes, and that's better. Now the FMC is reflecting 4 passengers. Of course, they got them at the wrong weight, 170 per passenger, which I believe, it's eating some nuts, which I believe is the summertime weight for passengers, and, or, yeah, anyway, we can live with this. Okay, so that gives us a takeoff weight, a basic operating weight of 21,625 pounds. Cargo is 300 pounds, right? So that even that works out. Okay, passenger weight is 680 pounds. That's close enough. Good stuff. All right, so go ahead and accept that. Clear the scratch pad of my Ford 175. Clear that out. Okay, and perf data, next page, page 404. And yeah, okay. And I can go back to and do our takeoff calculation. All right, we can do flaps 5 or flaps 15. We are at, which airport are we at? We're at Orlando, right? So they got plenty of runway for flaps 5 takeoff. The only thing that historically, whenever I did flaps 5, the aircraft will complain, asking me to set it on 15. It'll start complaining when I set the flaps to 15, but let's see if they may have fixed that. Okay. All right. So we're doing a flaps 5 takeoff, and takeoff weight 27,942. And let's check that against what we estimated. We estimated 28,182. So only a few pounds difference, not 100 pounds difference. So yeah, okay. And we got 12,000 feet of usable runway. Not a problem with a flaps 5 takeoff. All right, climbing at flight level 390. If we fly unencumbered, it would take us about 14 minutes to get up there. Talk about a jet, a rocket. All right, cruise. Cruising at flight level 390, direct DTG to top of descent. DTG, I don't know what that means. TOD, I know it's top of descent and fuel remaining. Okay. All right, descent. All right, that look okay. We'll go ahead and do that 3-degree angle. And yeah, okay. Active flight plan, page 109. So we'll actually go through our legs here. But before I go through my legs, I do want to put my arrival in, my approach in. So we're expecting runway 27 left, 27 left, ILS, and we need to determine whether we got 3 choices: 276 degrees course to Grumpy, or transition at Rami, Silver. Let's see. So the easiest way to figure that out is to pull up a plan. KATL, and KATL, pick up this plan. approach, runway 27 left, ILS, and I know this airplane is, I don't know if it's got a Cat 2 rating or not, so we're just gonna do the Cat 1. So yeah, okay. So actually we can use any of those approach fixes. We'll use silver. That would give us a chance to make sure that we're stable on the approach. Okay. Because that's the furthest out. And our approach course is 275, 27.5, 275 degrees. Yeah. All right. So got that worked out. Okay. Now, in real life, people do this in their head. I mean, in the head. Pilots do this in the pilot lounge rather than spending all this time in the cockpit. Of course, in my case, the cockpit is my pilot lounge. So that's one of the reasons it takes me so long, because I'm literally doing pilot lounge work also. All right. What's next on my checklist? All right, pull up the checklist. Pull it up. There it go. Maybe I lost my checklist. Actually, I didn't. I did a Google Sheets. Yeah, I don't see my checklist. So, the easiest way to do it is Control J. Control J on the keyboard. Come on, keyboard. At right. Control J. There we go. And now I can go to History. Today's History. And SimBrief is what I want to find. All right, there it is, right? No, that's not SimBrief. E-Whitecap is what I want to find. Here it is right here. Citation X checklist. There we go. E-Whitecap files. And click that and open it. And there we got our checklist back. Okay, good stuff. All right, and I know you guys can't see it because it's on a different monitor, but that's okay. I've shown it to you once, so you should have some idea what it looks like. Okay, so we just did flight plan. We already did warning tests. Now it's V-speed time. All right, so V-speed time. Okay. So to get the V-speed, that's going to be takeoff. So confirm it, admit. All right, and hit takeoff data. Hit next page, and voila, I got my V-speeds. V1 is 124. Okay, and my V-speeds is here in the tape. Good stuff. That's the way we wanted to do it. V2 is 139. 139-2. All right, good stuff. All right, so we can close this chart. I tell you what I am going to need. I'm going to need a taxi chart for MCO. Okay, MCO. And let's get a taxi chart. And there we go. So we're right here at the FBO. right near customs. I hope this is an FBO. It's not a terminal, so we're good there. All right, and we are taking off on 3-6. I don't want dark, light. Yeah. 3-6. Shoot, was it left or right? Shirley, am I taking off on 3-6 left or 3-6 right? Shirley.
3-6 right.
Thank you. Okay. So 3-6 right. We'll take Alpha, cross 3-6 left. We'll probably cross 3-6 left at Echo, and then take Bravo. So we'll see what they give us. All right. And I think we are finally ready to get our clearance. Now, I calculated, let's see, clearance. Clearance. Let's see. I said clearance is 134.7, and you guys see it right here, 134.7. Let's see what it says on the chart. 134.7 Atlanta clearance. All right. So yeah, okay. Now. Okay, let's see what radio I'm on. All right, COM2. Make that one active. All right. And let's do radio check. Well, let's just ask for clearance to Atlanta. If we're on the right frequency, we'll get it. Get my pen and some paper, and I'm ready to copy. Orlando clearance. Get high 555. Ready to copy clearance from Atlanta to Atlanta.
Can you repeat that?
Get high 555. Ready to copy clearance from Orlando to Atlanta. Second for the clearance. Shirley, are you able to hear say intentions?
Clear to Atlanta via the JEDI4 departure, then it's filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect flight level 39010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.4. Squawk 4441. Expect runway 36 right.
Clear to Atlanta via the JEDI4 departure, then it's filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect 39010 10 minutes after the departure. Departure on 119.4. Squawk 4441. Expect 36 right. Get high 555.
Ground is on 121.8, safe flight, sir.
Ground on 121.8. All right. That's what I thought. That's what we got dialed in. Good stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and turn our radio to ground. And monitor ground. Okay, good stuff. All right. We can... I was going to say we could kill the tablet, but we actually are going to need that. And let's set up our squawk code. Shirley, can you set the squawk code to 44.
444.
Yes, sir. Oh, thank you. And I believe I recall that the altimeter for kilo being wasn't kilo. I did not see. It was 290.97 is what I got. Let's listen to the ATOS one more time, just to be sure. So, monitor both radios.
You have information, Juliet.
Juliet.
Orlando International Airport. Information, Juliet. 00530. Arriving runways 35 right, 36 left. Departing runways 36 right, 35 left. Wind 2604. Visibility 10. Sky conditions. Broken at 7500 feet. Broken at 18,000 feet. Temperature 18. Dew point 5. Altimeter 29999.
29099.
Altitude 400 feet. Bird activity in vicinity.
And we got Juliet.
Advise on initial contact. You have information, Juliet. Orlando International Airport. Information, Juliet. 00.
Shirley, were you able to hear the ATOS? The ATOS? Shirley.
29.97. Information, Juliet.
Yeah, it was 290.99. But were you able to hear it, Shirley?
Yeah, 29.97. Information, Juliet.
It's changed. It's 290.99. 2999. And I believe, why don't you try to see if you can't set 29.909 in the barometer for me in the aircraft. Shirley, see if you can set that up. Okay, so I guess I am going to have to set it up, which is fine. Okay. Some aircraft you get more control over than others. All right, so let's get this guy set for FMC, get this guy on FMS, and get back to our checklist. So warning test, altimeter set, hydraulics. See, engine start, and let's feel fuel pumps, KATL. I think we're good on hydraulics. Okay. All right, start up. Hydraulics, we need to turn this off. Okay. Now look at my hydraulic pressure going down. Actually, I want to leave it up. Here's the hydraulics here. So I want to keep that on until I get my aircraft started. Okay. The next thing on the checklist is start up. Windows, doors and windows are closed. Seatbelt sign needs to come on. Turn interior master on. All right, seatbelt signs is right here. Ding dong. Okay. And anti-ice as required, not required. Ground ground recognition lights can come on. And brakes set. Park brakes are set, check. And chocks are removed. Throttle left and right in the cutoff position, set. Speed brakes full forward. And let me check, make sure that they went full forward. Make sure this is cut off. Come on. There we go. And so this is backwards. That's backwards. So that means I need to do a little housekeeping work. Joystick. User profile. So I got the wrong profile. Some stuff would change without you knowing it. So I'm looking for the Citation 10. There it is. And that should do it. That should fix the speed brakes. All right. Now they are in the right position. All right. And then the flaps. Okay, flaps. Okay. Full. Okay. All right. Start up. Okay. Speed brakes full forward. Fuel boost switch. Switch is on. Environmental packs can go off. Alright, and we'll start right engine first. Engine start, light is extinguished. Set the ignition to normal. And let's start the engine. Okay, so we'll be monitoring the N1, the ITT, and the N2 up there. Now this is a FADEC starting the aircraft, so basically all we need to do is monitor. And we're gonna have to give it fuel, I believe. And I think that's after 13%. Or at least take it off a cutoff. Trying to cut just one engine off. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to fix this stuff so that it would do what I want it to do. It was at one point. Alright, so we got a good start on number one. I want to get this back to cutoff. So if you see me struggling, there we go. Alright, number two is cutoff. Alright, good start on one. Oil pressure look good. Oil temperature is still in the red. No. Let's see. Or PSI or temperature is in the green. Okay, yeah. Alright, so this is the left engine that's in the red. Okay, start number one. This can go to norm. Hold this. Got N2 rotation. 14, alright. Let me give it fuel. And got light off. Looking good. Okay. Alright, so we want flaps 5. flap lever. That way when yeah, that's probably more realistic. Okay, yeah, so good there. And actually it didn't ask me for the flaps, but that's okay. So generators can come on. APU bleed and auxiliary pumps can go off. Let's see what I got on my brake pressure. I got 3,000 on each side. Okay, still got 3,000 after turning off that bleed. And APU can come off. All right, so that is counting down. And yeah, it's happy. Okay. And passenger oxygen. No, that's, yeah. Let's see where I'm at. APU bleed, APU start and come off. Okay, and then passenger oxygen should be off. And can turn that to auto. Center, left and right wings can go to normal. All right, cabin pressure, and we're going to 39. 39. That's set right now at 48 or so. So let's bring that down to about 39. That's close enough right here. All right. And what else do we have? Okay. Taxi instructions. So let's get our taxi instructions at this point. Okay. Should be on the ground frequency. Orlando ground. Get high 555. Ready to taxi, and we have information Juliet.
Get high 555, Orlando ground, runway 36 right, taxi via Alpha Echo, hold short of runway 36 left, then Echo.
Taxi to runway 36 right via Alpha Echo, hold short of runway Echo of 36 left Echo, then Echo. Get high 555. Forgot who I was there for a second. Okay. All right. So stand. Okay, we got our taxi instructions and BGR. Okay, yeah, this guy right here, BGR, which is bearing FMS set. Okay, pre-takeoff. Taxi lights can come on. All right, taxi lights. Down here in the pedestal. All right, taxi lights are on. Pitot heat, left and right can come on. Windshield heat, we'll bring that on. Flaps as required. Where we got that set to flaps 5, and nav lights as required. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and turn those on. Should turn the nav lights on in the before start, if you ask me. But oh well. All right. So what's next? Okay, pre-takeoff. So let's get to our takeoff point. All right. Let's release the part brakes. And she's got enough that she'll roll on her own. Alright, so we're going to take Elko. Should be using the tiller. Tiller's working. Any questions or threats, co-pilot?
Looking good. Taxi via Alpha Echo. Hold short. 36 left in Echo.
Roger that.
Roger.
Alright, coming down here and I'm looking for Alpha.
Standing by.
Just that.
Looks like we lost connection to the sim there.
I don't know if you were ever connected.
We're connected. I can see the sim data. Engines are running, parking brake is off, and we're on the taxiway of Orlando.
Now we don't have auto throttle. So,
Roger. Manual throttles all the way today.
yep.
Taxiing nicely. Just keep following Alpha toward Echo.
That's the difference between the Microsoft Flight Simulator version that's payware and this default freeware version. Is at least they get a lot more system depth. Well, I don't know how much more. They get more system depth, but they also get auto throttle, which I sorely miss.
Yeah, the payware jets definitely spoiled you with all those automation features. Hand flying the throttles keeps you honest, though.
True that.
Absolutely. Hand flying keeps you in the loop and sharp on the power management.
Okay, flaps 5, and the flaps are shown engaged. We're on COM 1, ground frequency. Just doing a quick review. Gauges look good across the board. Approaching Elko.
Roger, coming up on Echo Echo, then we'll hold short of 36 left.
Okay. So, let me make this call.
Roger, you're at Echo, holding short of 36 left.
Orlando ground, get high, 555, holding short, 36 left, ready to cross at Echo.
Roger, holding short 36 left at Echo, waiting for crossing clearance.
Cross 36 left, then continue taxi via Echo, get high, 555. All right, so let's put on our strobe lights to cross this runway. So strobe lights are on already. They shouldn't have been on, but they are on, so we'll turn them off once we get crossed. We got to cross 36 right also to get to somewhere where I can taxi down. Let's clear. Okay, clear left, clear right. Right.
Clear to cross. Look.
Now he didn't tell me to hold short 36 right, but he didn't tell me to cross either, so I'm gonna have to ask for permission.
Good catch. You'll need crossing clearance for 36 right as well.
Clear to the left, clear to the right, and Orlando ground.
You're good to cross 36 left.
Orlando ground, get high, 555, holding short runway 36 right.
Roger, holding short 36 right, waiting for crossing clearance.
Atlanta ground, get high, 555, holding short, runway 36 right, ready to cross to continue taxi.
Roger, holding short 36 right, waiting for crossing clearance to continue taxi.
Get high, 555, holding short, runway 36 right, ready to taxi, ready to continue taxiing.
Roger, holding short 36 right, waiting for crossing clearance to continue taxi to the departure lane.
Atlanta ground, I am not at the whole short line. I am holding short at Elko, ready to taxi, ready to cross 36 right so I can continue up to the whole short line.
Roger. You're at the midfield crossing in Alpha. Need to cross 36 right, continue up to Bravo and the departure.
Continue taxiing
Try
via
calling ground
Echo,
again.
get high, 555. I tell you, you guys, both of you guys want to talk at the same time.
Roger. You got your crossing clearance. Continue taxi to the departure end of 36 right.
Yeah, he just said via Elko, and and I have to get on Bravo to get up to that. Man. Okay, I see other aircraft. I was gonna say I'm the only one in the world here, but I do see other aircraft now. I keep thinking I'm at Atlanta, and I'm actually at Orlando.
Roger. You're at Orlando, taxiing to the departure end of 36 right via Bravo. Looks like you've got about half a mile to go.
Taxiing like I'm in what's the name of the airline that taxis real fast? Southwest.
Ha! Yeah, Southwest. They're famous for those quick turns and hustling on the taxiways. You're making good time. About 2,000 feet to the departure end of 36 right.
Yeah, I'm showing 19 knots over the ground here.
Roger. About 1,200 feet to the departure end. Turn right onto the runway when you get there.
Okay, I guess I take D10.
Roger. About 900 feet to the departure end. Roger. About 800 feet to the departure end. Turn right onto 36 right when you get there.
Turning right.
Roger. About 700 feet to the departure end. Turn right onto 36 right when ready. 500 feet to the departure end. Turn left 4 degrees and you're lined up.
Okay, I'm at the whole short line. Let me change it to let me change
Roger.
to
You're
the
at the whole short line for 36 right, about 300 feet from the departure end. Ready when you are.
I think I'm a little bit closer than that. But anyway, let me go ahead and get the takeoff clearance.
Flying in vicinity of airport.
Roger. Tower frequency is 119.4.
I thought they gave us.
Roger. You're about 300 feet from the departure end of 36 right.
118.45.
Ready to contact tower on 119.4 when you are.
Let's see if I can get them on 124.3.
Roger. Switching to tower on 124.3.
Okay. Yeah, because he gave us the wrong frequency for 36 right. It should be 124.3. And yeah, Orlando Tower, get high, 555, holding short, runway 36 right, ready to depart. We've got Juliet.
Roger. Holding.
Get high 555, Orlando Tower, runway 36 right, winds 260.
RNL facts, clear for takeoff, runway 36 right, get high, 555. Okay, RNL facts, flight plan, and direct, activated, direct facts. Okay. All right.
Cleared for takeoff, 36 right. Wings light, runway's all yours. Let's go flying!
Okay. That can come on. TARA on this, on this guy. I think it's got TARA. Standby, tune. All right.
Roger, TARA system on. You're about 300 feet from the departure end. Turn
Okay.
left, 4 degrees to line up on center.
TARA, and yeah, let's go fly. Get rid of that guy. Clear to the left, make sure we ain't got nobody coming in.
Clear left and right. Center line looks good. You're lined up on 36 right, ready to roll.
Lining up. Final check. All right.
Lined up on center line.
See.
11,000 feet ahead of you. Last
Lights.
5, lights on. Flight director's up. You're ready to roll. Rolling, B speeds 144, 149, 139 plus 2.
Okay, I got a master caution. And let's see what
Roger, you're lined up on 36 right, 11.
Fear boost, no takeoff. You know, I'm gonna have to deal with that master caution because the only way to get it is to go flaps 50. The only way to get to tell it to get it right is to go flaps 15. And I put in the FMC flaps 5. You would think that would. You would think, but since you would think that they would have it match, but yeah, that's a bug they need to fix. Okay, we're rolling. 80 knots. D1, rotate.
80 knots. B1, rotate.
Positive rate, you're up.
Positive rate, gear up.
Departure was 119.4.
Roger, contact departure on 119.4.
And top altitude was 4,000. I'm already busting through 4,000.
You're at 3,600, still climbing to 4,000. You're good.
Yeah, trimming, trying to trim it.
3,800 climbing. You're good. 4,000 is your initial altitude.
Okay, so there's
You're
my,
descending. Power up. You're at 3,800
Yeah.
going down to 4,000.
my power is good for what I want. All right, let me clear the master caution and try to dial in 119.4 so I can talk to.
You're at 4,000 climbing. Looking good. 119.4 for departure.
RNL fax, so I can just stay with this guy, but I need to stay at 4,000. 9.4. Trying to get this to 0.4.
You're at 3,800, climbing through 4,000, level off at 4,000, contact departure on 119.4.
Atlanta departure, get high 555, holding at 4,000.
Orlando departure, get high 555 out of 4,000.
Climb, maintain 8,000, turn left, heading 350, vectors and chucks, then on course.
Climb left, heading 350. Get vectors to Chuck. Then on course, get high 555.
Orlando departure, get high 555 out of 4,000 climbing.
Okay, turn left. Problem is the heading bug.
350, climb and maintain flight level 390.
Turn left, and let's see, the heading bug is in the console, so that makes it hard. Turn left, heading, what do you say? Left heading to what? 350.
Left heading 350, climb and maintain flight level 390.
All right, so climbing, heading.
Roger. Turning left
Autopilot.
to 350, climbing to flight level 390. You're turning left to 350. You're passing 5,300 climbing.
Yeah,
Autopilot's got the heading. Looking good.
yeah, I got it on 360, so I'm trying to pull it back. Okay, now we're looking good.
Roger. You're on head.
All right, and then let's bring our altitude bug up. Let's see if the Bravo works. Ah, sweet, the Bravo works. Oh, good. I don't have to get down in the console. All right, and I want 8,000? Did you tell me 8,000? 2,000. Flight level 220. Okay, flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 240.
All right, climb and maintain flight level 240. Get high 555.
Roger. Climbing to flight level 240. You're passing 6,400. Autopilot's got heading 350.
All right, so we can do a flight level change climb now. So I'm gonna go ahead and power up. And flight level change. And let's get that up. Let's get that up. Let's see, where is the change? Let's change that to dial that up to 240 for the time being. Actually, I can go to VNAV at this point. Yeah, I can just do a VNAV climb. All right. And VNAV will handle my climb. It's when I level out, that's when I need to worry about managing the throttle. But I can put it in the climb detent. Okay, good stuff.
Roger. VNAV climb mode active. Climbing to flight level 240. Passing 8400. Autopilot's handling the climb profile nicely.
Yep.
Climbing nicely. Passing
Climb and maintain flight level
2,700
260.
feet per minute.
Get high 555.
Roger, climb and maintain flight level 260. Passing 9600.
All right, 260 is dialed in. And
Flight level 260 set. Passing 10,600, 2,500 feet per minute up.
okay, our landing lights can come off. Taxi lights can come off.
Roger. Taxi and landing lights
In
off.
sync with turbines.
Configuration. Passing 11,500. Climbing nicely to flight level 260.
And the reason why we are going climbing so slow because I never took the flaps and slats out. Okay, cabin out. Cabin packs were off.
Roger.
Didn't turn those back on. Alright, so let's reset the
Roger.
master
Flaps are up
propulsion.
now. You're climbing speed. Passing 12,800, 3,700 feet per minute. Up to the flight.
Fuel boost can go off. And other than a cabin altitude warning, we are good across the board. Let's turn the packs on high, which I got them on high. On high, I want them on high P. That's LP. Yeah, keep them on high, low P. Okay. To compensate for my boo-boo with the cabin pressure. Okay. Let's see what the cabin pressure looks like. Because we don't want to outrun the plane's ability. Climb and maintain flight level 330, get high 555.
Roger. Climb and maintain flight level 330. Passing 17,000, 3,200 feet per minute up.
Right. 330 dialed in.
Contact Jacksonville Center on 124.0.
Roger. Flight level 330 set. Passing 18,000, 3,100 feet per minute
Contact
up.
Jackson Center on 124.0, get high 555.
Contact Jacksonville Center 124.0. So long.
Jacksonville Center, get high 555, climbing, passing 19.4 to flight level 330.
Jacksonville Center, get high 555, passing 19,400 feet flight level.
Climb and maintain flight level 330, get high 555.
Get high 555, Jacksonville Center, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 330.
Yeah, I've got SayIntentions, which is an ATC system, and I can hear them. I don't think you can. Can you hear them? I was asking you earlier if you could hear them, and I never got a definitive answer. Let me go to standard here.
I can't hear the SayIntentions ATC. I only hear you and see the SIM data. Their comms don't come through to me.
Okay. I think think I might be able to fix that.
Roger that. If you can patch SayIntentions audio through, that'd be helpful for situational awareness. Otherwise, I'll just follow along with what you relay.
Okay, I think on the next call, if you're not talking, you should be able to hear them.
Roger that. I'll listen to the next ATC call and let you know if I can hear something.
Well, let's do a radio check and ask them. See if you can't hear them.
Get high 555, contact Jacksonville Center on 134.0.
Contact Jacksonville Center on 134.0. Get high 555. Did you hear them that time?
Yep, heard that.
Hey, I'm on 134.0. Okay, 134. I'm on 124. So let me dial that down.
Roger, switching to 134.0, passing 27,006.
Jacksonville Center, get high 555, passing 27,400, climbing flight level 330.
Get high 555 Jacksonville Center, radar contact. Continue climb flight level 330.
Yeah, you don't have to simulate ATC, because I actually got an AI that's actually doing the ATC for me. It's almost like I'm on VATSIM.
Roger that. Makes sense. SayIntentions is handling all the ATC work.
Exactly.
Get high 555, climb and maintain flight level 390.
Roger, passing 30,000, about 3,000 to go to flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 390, get high 555. So you didn't hear them tell me to go to flight level 390?
Nope, didn't hear that one. Must have been while I was talking. But Roger, climb and maintain flight level 390. Let me get that set for you. Altitude level set to 300,000, passing 31,000, about 8 to go.
If I'd have known you could change the altitude, I would have been having you do that to take some of the load off me.
Roger, happy to help with that. Just ask anytime you need altitude, heading, or other autopilot changes dialed. Passing 31,500, about 7,500 to go to flight level 390.
Okay. We're doing a VNAV. And our next waypoint is PAYEN.
Roger, VNAV's handling the climb nicely. Passing 32,000, about 7 to go to 390. Direct to PAYEN after that.
I may have the sound volume a little bit too loud. When I play it back, then I want it as loud as it is. So let's turn that down.
Roger. Passing 33,700, about 5,300 to go to contact Atlanta approach on 127.
Contact Atlanta approach on 127.9. Get high 555. 127.9. And
Contact Atlanta approach on 127.9, passing 34,300, about 4,700 to go. Roger, switching to Atlanta approach 127.9, passing 34,600, about 4,400 to go to flight level 390.
Atlanta approach, get high 555, passing flight level 349, climbing flight level 390.
Atlanta approach at I-555, passing flight level 349, climbing flight level 390.
All right, got clouds way up here.
Roger, passing 36,000, about 3,000 to go to flight level 390. Nice view up here.
Yeah.
Passing 36,800, about 2,200 to go to flight level 390, leveling off soon.
2,000 to go.
Roger, passing 37,000, about 2,000 to go to flight level 390. Should be leveling off in about a minute.
Thousand to go.
Roger, passing 38,300, about 700 to go to flight level 390. Almost there.
Leveling.
Leveling off at flight level 390. Nice climb.
All right, so we'll turn off the fasten seatbelt sign and put it on.
Roger.
Direct shots,
Flight
then it's
level
fouled.
390.
Get high 555.
Roger.
He
Direct
noticed.
sharps.
Yeah, he noticed I was in heading mode, so he know I'm a little off course. So that's why he gave me that.
Roger. Direct sharps. You're leveling at flight level 390.
Okay, direct shots. Okay. And want to go to half bank.
Roger, direct sharks, half bank mode. You're at flight level 390, about 400 knots of ground speed. Looking smooth up here.
Okay, and let's check our speed. All right.
You're at 277 knots indicated, 393 over the ground. Engines are at 90% N1, looking good at cruise.
Yeah, we'll move back to the cruise detent pretty soon. Let's get the seatbelt sign off.
Roger, you're cruising nicely at flight level 390, 282 knots indicated. Smooth up here.
All right, let's go to the cruise detent.
Roger. Throttles back to cruise intent. You're settled in at flight level 390, 283 knots indicated, 411 over.
And cockpit got a little dark. Let's see, cockpit lights. Don't remember what they are. Map light. Trying to get those pecans. Keep chasing them in my mouth. All right. We're at SHARQs. Flaps are up. Next waypoint will be Lowry, about 13 minutes away. 88.4 miles, and let's see what our flight plans say for Lowry. Okay, after Lowry, then we can start a descent somewhere before we get to LORSS, because we want to be at flight level 240 or above at LORSS, so definitely want to start down. Steep descent after CJ, so I'm getting a heads up on the FMC that I've got a really steep descent after CJ. So let me see what CJ is at. Okay, I never got rid of that discontinuity, so let's get rid of that guy. Okay, between CJ and Grimpy, that's 4 miles, and I got to get down 1,000 feet. some reason the mic stopped working for Fly Shirley. So what I'm gonna do is open up a new instance of it. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, the mic stopped working. On Fly Shirley. Microphone off. Let's try the webcam. Mic check. See, so yeah, I cannot turn the microphone back on. Let's try hitting this guy. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. It's always something. Okay. I don't know what to do to get it to come back. Mic check. And it keeps switching to the wrong mic. Let me look at sound. Volume level. Sound. No sound. Bring that sound in a different window. If it'll come up. Those are speakers. Change. Oh shoot, I changed the speakers there, but I didn't change the mic. Ah. Okay, got the speakers back. Alright, microphone, 3 audio box, USB, yep, that's correct. Mic check. Mic check. Alright, let me check. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, so I can tell the mic is working. I think it's working. Yeah, it's working. It appears to look like it's moving. Something is moving pretty slow. Let me mic check. Okay, so it should be working. Got the microphone on. It's on the right mic set. So, contacting Shirley. All right, let me end the flight here. And let me resume the flight. Now there is a significant delay between the time I hit resume and the time it started, so there's a bunch of latency somewhere. So this is a network issue. It's not a computer. It's not an issue with my computer. So with these clouds, I gotta watch out for icing. Okay, Laurie in about 12 minutes. Seem to have lost SayIntentions. Mic check. Okay. I guess it's just quiet on the network there. Those high clouds behind me, but the way clouds pop up, they could pop back up any minute. So even though I can see out to the horizon, that don't mean it's clear to the horizon, not in XPlane. So with the winds, I got this crazy crab going on. See where my nose is pointed, but I'm headed over here. Trying to see if it showed me the wind direction. Let's see. This is the MFD. Traffic, terrain, airports are turned on. DORs are not on. Don't need those. This is traffic right here. 6,100 feet below me. Vertical profile. Go ahead and turn that on because I might be able to use that to get down to Laurie. Not to Laurie, but to LORSS. LORSS is here. It's traffic. Okay, that's what I was looking for. This is my wind component. I think that's my wing component. It should be. My bad, that's an airplane. Must be two airplanes. down a little. Okay, yeah, there is no winds. I was not seeing that earlier, but 138 knot crosswind and a 23 knot tailwind component. I think is what I'm seeing. Okay, there is the res. Okay, so does this thing give me a vertical track? I don't know if it does or not. Turn this off.
555, clear JEDI4, large transition into Atlanta. At your discretion, descend and maintain flight level 300.
Clear for the JEDI4. Arrival will descend to flight level 300 at my discretion. Get high. 555. Descend and maintain flight level 240. Get high. 555. All right, I was just about to dial that in too. Down to 3-4 and start that descent. Let's do a vertical speed descent. And 1,500 feet. Descend and maintain flight level 160 altimeter 30.00. Okay, so I think I'm gonna need to come back. And okay, I see on the top of descent. So why don't I just do the nav descent? I just hold it here. You want me down to 16, 3000. I'm gonna set it back up to that now. At 15 and speed up a little bit. Speed bug down to shit. What did he say? Bring it down to 16. 16. One thing about SayIntentions. Using the wrong bug there. This guy down and bring my speed bug down. 16. After twisting forever, finally got it down using the Bravo knobs. And look at here, I'm supposed to be at 240 at LORSS, and I'm at 340 basically. So I'm gonna slow down, slow my roll here. And this is my track. Let's see. This is where I'm at, right? And this is where I should be at. Okay, let's go to vertical. Let's go to VNAV. See what VNAV does. What you gonna do when they come for you? Okay, so at New Hope, I need to be 310. Like, okay, so I should be good. I should be good. Still doing VS still. Alright, now. I want to see if VNAV slow me. What if VNAV changes my descent rate, and it is. It did take me down a little faster, but it's trying to get me back up to 269 also. It should be trying to get me back up to 269. This is me, and I'm coming down here, and I think this is the flight plan here. So I'm actually up under the plan. So I can do a more shallow descent, and let's take off the bank, the half bank, and let's have passengers sit back down and buckle up. Okay. And let's shallow out that descent there. $1,500. And do 1,100. 230. And the speed. Speed up a little.
Expect the ILS runway 27 left approach into Atlanta.
Expect the ILS runway 27 approach into Atlanta. Get high. Correction. Expect the ILS runway 27 left approach into Atlanta. Get high 555. keeping my descent just a touch. Outside air temperature is minus 39 degrees, and it's see some clouds that we're gonna go through. So that I don't forget, I'll go ahead and put on the anti-ice. I keep wanting to look at my overhead for the anti-ice, because that's where it's at in the 737. And the ice is on. All right. Let's get the weather in Atlanta. So, you guys know I usually use this website, Flight Sim Support, and this time I'm just going to use the airport. Most of the information I need. KATL. Suggest in the airport. No, I don't need to be in suggest. This is where I need to be. KATL. North America. Hartsfield. Now I could have put that in quotes, and I would have just got Atlanta. Okay, so 27 is on the south side. So 27 right. Should be 4 runways. Okay, these are 2 6s, these are 2 7s, and what runway is that out way back there? That's 1028, okay. So this is 1028, and this is 27 right. No, this is 27 right here. Yeah, so yeah, 27 right. There it is. It's written on there about that. And you know, I forgot they got a 1028. Never really paid this little runway any attention. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Get high 555. All right. So 16. My dial Wow. 295 on the speed. Slow that down a little. And 2993000. That's why I set it up here as a reminder. Oops. Oh, I didn't know this had a toggle where I could set it and toggle it back and forth. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, so I'm in those clouds now. Got all my anti-heat on. Outside air temperature is -23. So I would pick up ice if I didn't have on all this heat. Okay. Supposed to snow in Atlanta maybe tomorrow night. Maybe. Okay, at 13, we'll start slowing down so we can meet 250 at 10, 250 knots at 10,000. Should get bumpy in these clouds. And it did. Felt a few bumps.
I-555 descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Maintain current heading 320 vectors for the ILS runway 27 left approach.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Correction, 6,000 feet. Maintain current heading 320. Vectors for the ILS 27 left approach. Get high 555. Now I was looking at 27 right on the chart, so I was actually looking at the wrong chart. Okay, so heading, I need to find my heading book. And come on, heading, let's sync it. That. Push sync. Alright, and then 320. Come on now. Heading. There it is. Okay, and then let's make sure that that's on 320. Heading is not working on the Bravo. Okay, 3-2 is 3-1, and 3-2 is one click to the right. One click to the right. It's gotten bumpy. Okay. Yeah, that's close enough. And oh, you see it? How I forgot to watch my speed. And here I am at 290 above 10, below 10,000. So let me drop some speed brakes too. And get 6,000 dialed in. do like having the Bravo when it's this bumpy like this. Okay, looks like I'm up under the clouds, so I can dispense with the anti-ice. The anti-ice. Like the way I said with the anti-ice. This thing says I got speed brakes deployed, so let's get them out. And 220 is a good speed at this point. I'm showing 240 on the FNC. So turn right heading 330, get high 555. Now this is where things get hairy. Turn right, heading 330. Okay, there we go.
Get high 555, proceed direct Grumpy. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet until established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS runway 27 left approach.
Proceed direct Grumpy, descend and maintain flight level 400, clear for the ILS runway 27 left approach, get high 555. All right, direct Grumpy, direct, next page, Grumpy, and nav. Okay, there's my direct Grumpy. There's Grumpy there. Okay. It's my speed. Okay. And I can actually go to flaps 15 at this point. I think the airport. That may not be, yeah, it might be, let's see, okay. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is Grumpy is pretty close to our airport, right? So 6,000. Okay, I'm down to 6,000. 190 is what I need on the speed. Let's go to flaps 15. Flaps. Flaps 5 and 15 coming in. Forget to get me a picture. Okay, let's get a picture. Shoot, how do I get back out there? All right. Hopefully I got at least one picture.
Last caution on the north ramp. Maintain distance from parked aircraft. Advised on initial contact you have information visible.
Okay, show screen. Hot that. And there's the airport. Right at the airport. I'm supposed to be going to Grumpy, and I'm not. Trenton, Grumpy, and I was supposed to go down to 4,000. My bad. 4,000. Which is 3,000 for this guy, and that's on the approach. You know me, I will hand fly it in a minute, which is what I'm doing. All right, I think this is my airport right here. Sure, that's it. All right. So passengers, I am going to make a hard turn. So don't freak out. Let's bring that on that. Yeah, so this is Grumpy. So I'm actually flying slightly away from the airport at the moment. Okay. If I can sync this, sync it. Now I can hit my autopilot, turn it back on. Forgot to hit head and why am I now the autopilot contact Atlanta Tower at 119.1 at Grumpy, get high 555. See what happens when I try to have the get help from the FMC. Wrong button. All right, I want approach. See, what was that? 119.1. Seven left. It's actually going to be, I actually overshot it. Gear down. Seven left. Actually, it's going to be this, not the outside one, but the inside one. But I see traffic landing on the other end. That's saying that's traffic global. I don't see anything else coming in after that guy.
1,000.
So I'm trying to figure out, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and take the safer runway. It's 27 right, but got traffic on 27 left. Would that be a go around? Of course it would, but we're not going around. We're just going to take the runway.
500.
Reversals. Where are you? Okay, there you go. Unlocked, deployed. Alright, I don't need them. And you know what? The FBO way on the other side of the airport. Maybe I should have, should have asked for the other runways. And I would have, it's just that I have been flying the airliners, so I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to the gate. Okay, so we'll stop here, get cleaned up. Oh, shoot, I never did talk the tower. Screwed that up, guys. Didn't get tower dialed in 119.1. I started and I never got it dialed in. Atlanta Tower, get high, 555, vacated at, have vacated the runway.
Atlanta Tower, say again.
Get high, 555, vacated the runway.
Getty 555, welcome to Atlanta. Contact ground on 121.65.
121.65, get high, 555.
Getty 555, taxi to Delta Takeoff, 11 via taxiways as directed by ground. Contact ground on 121.65.
Taxi to Delta Ops via taxiways as directed by ground. Get high, 555. 21.65. Atlanta ground, get high, 555. Request taxi.
Red High 555, taxi to Delta Tech Ops, stand 1 via November 4 November Delta Foxtrot Echo 10. Good day.
Taxi to Delta TechOps, stand 11 via November 4 November Delta Foxtrot Echo 10. Good day. Get high 555. Okay, let's get these let's leave our landing lights off until we cross these runways. Leave them on, and I'll leave all our lights on. Just here. Okay. And the other thing that I'm looking for is to turn the APU on. Okay, so let's get that started. Alright, and now I was watching this other guy, and he was able to turn on the flaps up. He was able to turn on progressive taxi. So I don't know how to, and he was flying XPlane. So therefore, I know progressive taxi works. I just don't know how to turn it on. So, live map. Okay, so they have a live map that I can follow. Which control, so that's just for the map. Oh well, at least I got something that I can use to help me. Of course, I could always bring up a real taxi chart. It's real to me. Let's see. Go here, go back. Airport. Taxi info. And it's getting cold in here. Look at the instructions. Look at the instructions. ATC. Taxi to Delta Tex via November. Okay, I'm on November. Delta. Where's Delta? Delta is right here. Foxtrot. Where's Foxtrot? You guys see Foxtrot? Delta. I see Elko, here's Foxtrot. Okay, and then Elko 10. Elko 10 is, it's Elko 11 is right here. Echo 7, Echo 8, 9, Echo 10. So this is where I'm going. Delta TLC. All right. Got it. Okay, I got a path. So yeah, now I don't need your map Say Intentions, I got my own. November Delta Foxtrot Echo 10. Got it. Okay. I might have taken off. Definitely want to get crossing instructions because that runway is busy. There he is. I can't feel how fast I'm going, so I have to look and see. 23 knots. Figure out where I can put my chart where it won't be in my way, but I know I'm going to make the next left. I have to figure out how that guy turned on the progressive taxi. When I really want to be late, sometimes I'm lazy and I do not want to figure out a taxi route, or sometimes the taxi route that makes sense and I want to look at it. And by turning on that progressive taxi, then I can see exactly what they're telling me to do. Okay, here's Delta coming up. I'm seeing Kilo. This is Kilo. Delta should be just before Kilo. So let's make this turn. This should be Delta here. Should be Delta. See anything that says Delta, but I'm gonna take it. Atlanta ground, get high 555, holding short at runway 27 right at Delta, ready to cross.
Get high 555, cross runway 27 right, then continue taxi via Delta.
Cross runway 27 right, continue taxi via Delta, get high 555. All right, so head that way, and he don't see the AI traffic, so I need to get me a good look. Okay, that's why I want to get a good look. Good gracious, Atlanta, what you doing? What you doing? You doing an air show or something? Gracious. Imagine taking off like that in real life. And he's heavy. You see how much runway he needs? Alright. So I'm ready to cross now. Right, now I can turn off these lights, turn off the strobes. And I don't mind stopping. I hate stopping, but let's face it, in the sim, you can't do stuff like you would do in real life. Okay, Delta, then Foxtrot. All right, looking for Foxtrot. Okay, we're gonna keep straight on Delta. Got to hear something. Let me check. Okay, I don't see anything. be on my, be over here is where I really should be looking. Check the APU, 100%. Turn on the bleeds. These guys to HP. Right. Taxi lights can come on. Five-knot taxi. There should be Gulf coming up on my right. It's not marked, but my chart says it's Gulf. Gulf would have been a little shortcut. Next runway is gonna be Foxtrot, and this is Foxtrot. No, that's Elko. That's Elko. Okay, actually Foxtrot. Yeah, Foxtrot to Elko. Yeah, Foxtrot Elko. Okay. So this is correct. On my chart, this little strip is Foxtrot, a part of Foxtrot. Here's Elko. Whoever I'm flying must be an executive. Well, this is my boss. Talking about whoever I'm flying, like I'm part 135, part 91, and my boss is a VIP, so yeah, he get to fly into these airports in a business jet. That's how important he is. But he's not important enough to have a whole A320 outfitted as a business jet, or a 220, or a 737. So he's got a little small jet that he has to deal with. Okay, so they want me to park over here. Park over here. No towing. They don't want to use the tow on us, so we'll park it ourselves. Right there. Pop out there. Y'all like that, don't you? Okay. And after he get out, they want me to move the aircraft to general aviation. So to set the brake. Number too. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. I'm just gonna shut it down. Let me look in the back, see if this is the model with Austin Miles image in the background. In the back, one of these airplanes have them back there. Nope, this is not the one. Okay, that's okay though. That's okay. And more pressure. Okay, passenger oxygen can come off. Cross wings feeding can go off. Generators can go off. And let's get all this other stuff off. Let's get the taxi light off. Right. Good. Should have had those fixed earlier. Alright, seatbelt signs off. Nav lights go off. Let's see what now turn off. This guy. Window heat. Static heat. Slack heat. Okay, and standby power can stay on for a minute. I guess we can turn that off. Okay, gotta run on battery for a minute before it shut down. Alright, and avionics can go off. And battery 1 and on battery 2 at the moment, so we can turn off, power down the APU. Come on, APU, power down. There you go, good girl. Alright, APU is powering down, and let's go ahead and power this battery off. And yowza. Alright, turn the nav light off. And we are cold and dark. And I think they got chocks. Oh man, I can't put chocks on this. Bummer. Alright, so that was a long flight for a short flight, a long time for a short flight, but like I said, I don't make short videos. Okay guys, after 3.5 hours, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, but it's all about the immersion, and if that's what it takes for me to get immersed, then that's what it takes. So, until next time.
Y'all come back now, dear.